Okay, well, I have good news and I have great news. I am the last speaker, okay? So you guys, that's the good news. The great news is I'm fired up. We're gonna end it up with I say, everyone grab this. You have one on your chair. If you don't have one, they're laying around. You need to have one. Raise your hand if you don't have one. I've got one right here I can give you. I ripped the cover off it. Barry, you need one? Pass that back, please. Back over your shoulder, one more shoulder. Who else needs one here? Who needs one of these? Look at hands. Let's see. Do we have any more? If you have extra, hand them out. Here we go. We're handing them out. Make sure everyone gets one. I saw someone right here. You need one? Hand that over your heads, gentlemen. Okay, raise your hand if you still need one. Randy Bacon needs one. Rodney needs one. Do we have any left, Rob or James? Anybody see one laying around you? Oh, good. Someone just found one. Check the chairs. Anybody have any of these laying around them that they see on a table? There we go. There's another one. Thank you. Here's another one. We got two more. If anybody needs one. Rodney needs one. Hand it back. There you go. We made it work. Drew needs one, I think. That way towards Drew. Okay, so this is the end of the day. We got one more if we need it. One more. It's a little rolled up, but it's going to be good. End of day. So we're going to end strong, and we're going to give you a plan. If you failed to plan, you plan to fail by definition. People spend more time planning than their vacations and their weddings than they do their financial future. If I could say, tell me exactly what you're going to do tomorrow, Monday, and you go, I have no idea, you got a big problem. You have a massive problem. That is not how things get built. You have to have marching orders, and you have to make yourself do things you don't want to do. Successful people do the things that unsuccessful people won't do, so that they'll live the way the unsuccessful people never live. I will do today where the people will not do, so that tomorrow I'll live the way they'll never live. So now is the time to come up with a plan. So first thing, just for fun, we're going to get you all digital copies of this. You can reprint it. I want you to mess this up. I'm going to make you a promise. If you will mess this up and be willing to fail and put your chin out there, this is not a capital risk. This is an ego risk. People say, no, I don't want you to list my building. No, I don't want you to list my $5 million home. No, I don't want to come to EXP. I'm happy at XYZ brokerage. No. You know what? No's lead to yeses. And most people are in their head. I talked to 100 people the last half a year. That's not doing it. Talked to 100 people in the past 10 days. Oh, that seems extreme. Am I being like, yes, 10 a day. It's like, listen to me. You are incapable of talking to 10 tomorrow. I don't think you can do it. Who the hell am I to tell you? You know, the problem is you are. You're saying, well, I don't know, busy day, and my car's broke, and I don't feel like it. You sound like a teenager. I really don't care what you feel like. You got to step up and go caveman. Write it down, caveman. Write it down. Cave woman. The women, you go cave woman. I mean, you go kill something, drag it home, fill it to the family. Now, you're not killing agents, but you understand? You have got to wake yourself up. You know what I was doing 5.5 years ago when I joined EXP? We go to lunch every day and putt. We always went to golf courses, and we would putt for 2 hours. We play $5 a hole. I'd win $40 some days, 60, 80, 100. Then other days I won 80, 90, and 100. Other days I won 40. I pretty much didn't lose. James is an ATM machine. Thank you, James, for putting my kids through college. I love you. I have all the video. I want to see him at ATM machines getting 60, 80, $100. Every day. It's great. That's how I made my money in real estate. But he beat me plenty. I had to pay him 60, 80, 100 many times. But here's the deal. That's what we were doing. That was our contribution to society. We were bored out of our minds. I had an 18-agent team, 6 listing specialists, 12 buyer specialists, staffs in it's all systems go. We're going. We're selling, hundreds of homes a year. Here in California, life is good. What else is there? I guess I'll work at Keller Williams for 30 more years. Fortunately, I love people. I love real estate. I didn't hate real estate. I actually found it exciting to list homes. Who doesn't leave a listing with a signed listing agreement going, yeah, baby, woo, I got one. Like, you do that? I don't know. What do you do? Oh, another listing. I don't care. It never got old. I don't care if it was in Citrus Heights for $240,000. Man, that one's going to sell quick. Woo, I like quickies. All right. Now, so, anyways, you guys think about a quick sale. You know, little tiny homes, the investors buy them, they sell quick, they close quick. So here's the deal. It was exciting. It was exciting to show property. When I show property, we were writing an offer. We're gonna maybe write an offer in the next month. We are showing property. We were writing an offer today. That is what I expect. You expect so little. You absolutely, well, you know, they'll probably buy from a builder in 6 months. I'll work with them, show them 40, 60, 80, 100 homes. They'll probably buy from somebody else. You're in big trouble. I completely expect to show property, write an offer. Absolutely going to happen. I mean, you better be showing property this Saturday, next Saturday at 9 a.m., 11 a.m., 1 p.m., 3 p.m., 5 p.m., 7 p.m., and 9 o'clock at night if you can. Do what you want Monday through Friday. I was at Apple Hill with the 5th graders. I was at the pumpkin patch with the 2nd graders on Wednesday. And I'd go to San Francisco Museum, Space and Arts, or whatever it was we went in San Francisco with the high schoolers. I had all my free time Monday through Friday. On the weekends, I was a weekend warrior. I sold property all day Saturday. I did open houses all day Sunday. I squeezed in church either Saturday night or Sunday morning, go to Bible study on Wednesday. Sometimes I'm like, oh, my spiritual life just sucks right now. I go, hey, Drew, want to do a Bible study? Let's meet every morning at 7 a.m. and read the Bible and pray. Okay, so we have, say that again. Here we go.
GBS 80 and a Tesla are about to get a ticket from cops up where we parked.
So if you drive what color? Do we know what kind of Tesla? You blocked the neighbor's yard, I guess, or something. So Tesla and a what? GBS? GBS 80, it might be, yeah. All right. Yeah. So if you hurry up and move it, you might not get a ticket. Okay. So here's the deal, though. I'm telling you, it is, and let me say this: the coming real estate market is going to get tougher. I wish I could tell you it's going to get easier. It's going to ratchet down, and it's going to blow you up or blow you out. You got to decide. So let me tell you what: if you do real estate hard, it's easy. I'm like, no, I'm doing it hard. No, you're 211. 211 water's hot. At 212, it converts to steam and will power a steam engine and take down a freaking mountain. And some of you have some mountains you need to turn down. You may think you've done it hard. Are you talking to 10 people a day? Well, no. How many talk today? I talked to a bunch of people. How many? I don't know, 2 or 3 a day. That is not enough. Talk to 10 people a day who might have a business to sell or a business they want to buy. 10 people today about a business they want to buy, or a building they want to sell, or a building they want to buy. We're not commercial agents. You are commercial agents. You absolutely are. You can do it. And you find a commercial partner and they sell one for $3 million, buy one for $5 million. That's $8 million worth of real estate. And if you partner with them, my job is, here's the client, I get half. $8 million worth of real estate. 30,000 a million. Times 8, 240,000. Your cut, 120,000, but you're not a commercial agent. Why not? The enemy's the enemy. Yes, you are. You have a partner. You don't tell them I'm an expert. You say, honestly, my partner handles that. Who's your partner? These are the basics, man. Paul Frank, just if you don't have someone, your partner's now Paul Frank. He's sold billions of dollars worth of real estate in Sacramento. He just sells commercial real estate all over the world. He can do San Francisco, Sacramento, LA, Florida, New York. My partner's Paul Frank. Call him up. Say, I don't know you, but Brent Gove says you're my commercial partner. And let him do all the work. And then how would you like to have that? So when someone says, do you do commercial? Yes. My partner Paul Frank and I do. I specialize in residential. I'm an expert. Paul is amazing. Well, I can't say that. I don't know Paul. Well, whose fault is that? Call Paul. Have coffee with him. Man, we had one of our residential agents refer his relative in India. It was a resort purchase. It's a little bit more than $3 to $5 million. Do you know what his referral fee was? $2.8 million. At 25, he didn't get half. It was a paltry 25% of the resort. So people buy resorts. Man, agent attraction, residential, you aren't hungry enough. Hungry for a life that's different, a life of contribution, where you can really reach out to people. Man, like Tony, you and I have been hanging out. We just started hanging out, right? But you and I have been hanging out for a few years. Have I done my best to try to love you, support you, help you?
More than that.
Absolutely. And it's rewarding. He calls me all the time. He checks up on me on my health journey more than anybody. There's nobody more that checks up on me. Thank you, man. I love you, buddy. Look at those muscles. God, my God. Look at those things. Ham hocks. All right. So anyways, time gets here. So we're going to have some fun. Everyone open up to 2022 goals. I want you to mess this up. If you mess this up, you won't mess up your life. I want you to mess up this piece of paper. And I want you to print it. I want you to redo it pretty. Right now, you're going to hack all over. I know how some of you guys are. You're like, it's got to be perfect. I'm going to wait. No, I need you to go through the drill. So number one, how many listings would you like to do this year? Now, I get it. It's August. There's only a few months left. How many listings have you done? Where do you think? Just real quick, write down a number of listings. 10 listings, 5 listings, 25 listings. Maybe you've already done 15 and you go, I got September, October, November, December, 4 months left. If I did 2 listings a month, that's another 8. I've done 15. I want to get 23. Heck, I want to stretch. 25 sounds better, But it's just, right now, I just want you to get an idea of how this exercise works. So put down, and for some of you, it's like, man, I would just love to get a listing a month going in. 1 in September, 1 October, 1 November. I'll do 4, right? There's no shame. Don't look at anyone's paper and just don't worry about what people think. But take down, how many listings would you like? Because hope is not a strategy, right? But when you set a goal, now you got a problem. I have to do something. I have to have 4. Why did you not get 4 listings the last 4 months? Because you did not have a goal to get 4 listings 4 months. Therefore, you watched Netflix. You did not hyper learn how to get sellers to call you because you didn't have a goal, right? Nothing happens without a goal. You have to risk failing. And so, okay, buyers. How about buyer sites? How many buyers have you done this year? Have you done 5, 10, 15, 20, 30? How many more would you like to do? Well, man, really, I want to focus on listings. Whatever it is for you, but how many listings this year? How many buyers? Everyone got a number there? Now, this is fun. In San Francisco, San Jose, what is the average commission check typically? Depends upon where you're selling, I know, but on average, 35, 40 grand. Did you guys hear that? Okay, everyone do this. Just throw up the recipe from everyone else. So, yeah. I have friends in San Jose. They sell like 18 homes a year. They have, their second home looks like this, and they sell 18 homes a year. It's disgusting, right? It's just not fair, All right, so because you do 20 sales at 40 grand a house, what's 10 times 40? 400,000. What's 20? $800,000. It's crazy what they make. So for you Sacramentoans, now some of you are El Dorado Hills, your prices have really gone up, Granite Bay, Loomis, but how about Sacramento? What's an average commission for Sacramento? Anybody? What? 15, 20 grand? Anybody else? 11.5. So let's settle in the middle and say 15, okay? 15,000. So if you have, 10 listings, or 5 listings and 15 buyers, that's 20. You would multiply 20 times 15, or if you want to put 11.5 like Mike, or you want to put 20 like Jay. Jay does a lot of higher end sales. And then my Bay Area people, you could put 35, 40. But then you got your annual income there. And then you go, gee, if I hit these goals, I'm going to make, if you're in Sacramento and you have 20 there, well, 10 times 15 is 150. So 20 times 15 would be that just times 2, would be 300,000. Think, oh man, I really want to make 4. Well, then you got to adjust your listing or buyer site goals. Does that make sense to everyone? So hopefully you've done that by now. Just for fun, I want you to mark up the paper. You'll get you new ones. And then frontline, I want you to dream a little. Some of you go, I'm going to sponsor, I'm just getting this over with. I'm going to go sponsor 20 or 30 people in the next 6 months. I am going to put people in front of my sponsor. Mine was Sheila. Single mom out of Dallas, thousands of miles away. Got her on the phone with people. And then we learned how to use GoToWebinar, I think is what it was. Zooms weren't even around. We used snowshoes and talked to people and walked uphill. But so Jesse thinks I'm funny. But anyway, so here's the deal. Some of you are going to sponsor a lot of people in a short period of time. If you build it hard, it's easy. If you try to build it easy, it's hard. Real estate's the same way. Do real estate easy, it's hard. Do real estate hard, it's easy. You with me? I mean hard. Not like I'm trying, it's hard. You sound like a 14-year-old. I'm trying to clean my room. No. Let mama show you how to clean a room. Tornado. And so you got to put your frontline person there. And then I'm going to say for some of you, if you're like, maybe you're like, I'm not sure I can do it. Do you think some of these speakers up here can do it? Sean Work, right? Frank Crandall, myself, Mike and Renee, Matthew and Lexi, different things. Okay, well, what if we helped you do it? Like, there's not one of you, if you texted me and say, hey, can I get a Zoom with you? I do Zooms for people. I do Zooms for people who are even in my 30,000 person organization. They have no problem calling me, but you think, I don't want to bother you, Brent. That's on you. If I'm busy, I'll tell you, I just told you I'm not working in the month of September. Just because it's 37 years of doing it, it's time. I'm 56. I'm just been hustling for 37 years. I've always taken a week off, 10 days off. I do that 2 or 3 times a year. Take 2 or 3 days. I'm pretty fortunate. A lot of people don't get to do that. But I've never taken a month off and just went and saw the world. I mean, you can't name a city we won't be in over the next 35, 40 days. And it's going to be amazing. It truly is. We're going to Poland, and we're going to launch Gene's new $10 million yacht and bust champagne across the hole and let it go into the Mediterranean. It's going to be really cool. So that's going to be one of the things we're going to do while we're there. But so back to this. Maybe Frontline, you're brand new. Y'all want to sponsor 5 this year. And if you do five for 5 years, how many of you sponsor in the next 5 years? 25. What you're going to find is about 5 out of the 25 will take off. It's the 80-20 rule. Why don't all 25 do it? Why doesn't everyone get A's in college? Why doesn't everyone finish college? I did not finish college, right? And so it doesn't really matter. Why doesn't everyone a listing agent in real estate? Why is everyone successful in real estate? You get out of real estate what you put into it. And you need to hyper learn lead generation. Your problem with agent attraction or commercial real estate or luxury real estate is that you have not hyper learned lead generation. As soon as you whip that little devil, now you got so many clients, you're going on listing appointments, and then you get tired of losing and you get a better marketing presentation listing, and the more you do it, the better you get it. Pretty soon you get like every listing appointment you get on. It's like you're shocked when you don't get the listing appointment. But you know what it's like when you show up and they go, we listed with Coldwell Banker. We listed with Sotheby's. We went with Remax. We went with Keller Williams. We went with EXP, another EXP agent. Really? Yeah. And isn't that great? Don't you love that feeling? No, we're sorry, we went with somebody else. Lovely. You know? Are you living to die? Or are you dying to live? Write that one down. Or it's a fair question. Are you living to die? Or are you dying to live? It's time. I am calling you out right here, right now. So, maybe if you're brand new, you put 5 on your front line in your revenue share. I remember when I was new, they're like, what was your goals? The president of Remax, James O'Brien, goes, what are your goals with EXP? I just left Keller Williams. I've been there for 9 years. I was with Remax prior to that. He met me for lunch. He goes, tell me about this EXP. What is it? I've never even heard of it. I can't believe you left Keller for some company. I mean, why would you come to us, Remax? We're so big. We got this balloon. It's above the crowd. You know, it's above the crowd. It's up there. You know, the balloon. And then when I worked there, I thought that balloon was powerful. I mean, I just knew that's why I sold 400 homes a year was that doggone balloon. You get mesmerized. The balloon. And then Keller Williams, you know it's Keller Williams. And I don't know about you, but when's the last time someone called you and said, oh, Keller Williams agent, come list my house? They may know the brand. They know the Remax brand, but you got to do the work, right? And occasionally you will get lucky and get one of those. But so I thought, man, I remember telling him, well, I think I could sponsor 10 or 15 people my first year. So I would have put 10 or 15. I probably, knowing me, I would have put 15 in the front line. And I'm going to move faster than this, but I want to lay this out. And I thought, man, maybe they tell people the kind of that ripples out, whatever this 7-generation thing is. And maybe I could have like 80 to 100 agents at the end of my first year. Is that fair? Maybe. We're talking me. This is what I thought 5.5 years ago. And he thought that was reasonable. He nodded. And I go, and I think that makes you like $80,000 a year. And I realized I make way more than that. You know, I've netted every year net. We're talking net tax return. That's beyond net from your broker. You have expenses, right? Net on the tax return, $472 to about $772. After you write off the dog, the kids, the home office, your trip to Mazatlan because you saw a Mazatlan real estate broker and you got his business card because your accountant says, go get a, are you guys with me? And so that's kind of what I made in Sacramento after it was all done and said. That's what I made every year. And I provided for a family of 5. We adopted 3, a lot of you know, so now it's 8. But pretty much raised my family on netting 472 to 772. It was enough. And I had a good life. Nice home in the suburbs, nice cars, nice vacations to Maui in the Caribbean. That's life. That's what you do. And you do it for a long time. And then hopefully somehow you make enough investments. The time you're in your 60s, you can retire. And if you didn't do that, you do it in your 70s. My mom and dad, who went to Squaw Valley, they had enough of this. They love you guys, but they, you know, if they're, my dad's 87, 85. She goes, can I take the dog and go to Squaw Valley? I go, yes, Mom, you may go. So they're over there in Squaw Valley now, doing whatever they're doing. Married 65 years or something crazy. Give them a hand, even though they're not here. But they worked till my dad was 77 and my mom was 75. They worked a long time. And then they stopped, and it was over. They never received another dime. The worst thing you could do if you have a want for a retirement is be a real estate agent or broker. There is no retirement. You stop producing escrows, you don't get paid. That was a decade ago for my mom. She received 0 from Coldwell Banker and her last 25 years there. My dad too. 50 years of effort in Coldwell Banker. No equity, no retirement. Closed their last escrow. Never saw another check. That's just how it works, right? Yes, unless you're at EXP. It's different, as Matthew and Lexi did a great job. So, you know, I kind of, you know, so you got to put down how many frontline, how many organization. Now, one thing I need you to know is the average profit per agent. At your size, it's different for me with a huge organization. It does drop as you get bigger, the averages drop. But when you're smaller, they're higher. And so, it's $750 an agent. So if you want 100 agents in your organization, if you have 100 there, that 2,020 times 750, what would that be? 75,000. That's about what you're going to earn. Does that make sense? And so those are pretty solid numbers. What? Yeah, it depends upon how many levels you have open. That is fair. So I'm saying you have open at least 4 or 5 levels open to do that. Okay, which means you've sponsored 15 to 20 agents. 15 will get you to 4, 20 will get you to level 5, 25 get you to level 6, and 40 get you to level 7. It's like I haven't memorized. It's weird. But some of you are like, what are those numbers? Say it enough. By the way, are you showing that 5-year plan every single day? It's a follow-up tool. It's not frontline. And it talks about what happens when you sponsor 25 people in the next 5 years, and it does all the math, and it's 2.1 million a year is what you make. And I made that, put it out there. When I made it, I think that year I made $400,000 in rev share, which is pretty good, right? But the next year I made 1.3 million. The next year, 3.5 million. It's 3.5 million in rev share, more than 2.1. I did it in 3 years. But what I did, I was the first person ever in the history of EXP to sponsor 40. Why don't people sponsor 40? I don't know. I think I do know. I don't want to bother you. It's that I don't want to bother Joey Satriano. I don't want Sean Work. I don't want to bother Sean Work. Bother him. We want to be bothered. I didn't care what Gene or Rob or Sheila went. James, are you still here? He loves it when I talk. He's so excited. It's the first time he's ever heard me talk. So, I know, my gosh. So after our first 60 days with Sheila, my sponsor, it's December. We signed up October 21st. It is now December 21st. It had been 2 months in. I know what James is going to say. Watch, I'll look out the window. James, what did Sheila say to us after 2 months?
Oh my gosh, I'm so tired, guys. I've got to get back to work. Because we were calling her every day.
4, 5, 6, 7 times a day. Now, why did it work? Massive action creates results. Now, I still want a listing appointment every day, sometimes 2 a day, sometimes 3 a day. I had 18 active listings that spring by the next spring when I retired. I retired from real estate in 17 months. Decades of doing it and replaced all my income in 17 months. It was $100,000 a month rev share. You know why I got there? Because I freaking worked on the long game. What's the short game? Listing 10 homes this month. Great job. Selling 200 homes. Woohoo! World's full of people. I sell 70 homes a year. Boring. Because you have to do it next year. Sell 100 next year. Do 500. I have friends who sell 2,600 homes a year with their 14. But you know what? They're grinding. They're working so hard. Do you know what would happen if you sponsored 25 agents this year? 'Cause see, I do. 5 years ago, I listed 25 homes in 5 months. Listed 25 homes. At the same time, I listed 25 agents. Brent, what do you get paid today? For those 25 homes you listed? Nothing! What do you get paid for the homes you sold 5 years ago? You're so proud of it. I was proud of it too. But 2027's coming. And you go, he was right. I'm at my desk. It's 8 o'clock on a Friday night. I got deals falling out of escrow. I got problems with appraisals. Putin just attacked Canada. What the hell's that going to do? You know? There's the puppy dog flu. Everyone's got their mask back on. Oh, crud. Prices are falling, but you got cash in the bank because you did EXP and you're buying. Remember the last time when the market crashed and you didn't have the cash because you were the one who lost your home and it was your home? It was this, and then now it's here, but you didn't have the money to buy it back. You can now. Play the long game. Become a master of the long game. What's easy is to list homes and sell homes. Do it. If you need to provide for your family, like if you're hurting financially, I want you to sell homes. I want you to sell more homes. I'm telling you right now, Luann does not need to sell 90 homes a year. Do you need the money, Luann? No. Now, she's addicted to selling 70 homes a year. She can't stop. I've tried. I've begged her, please sell less. And she says she'll do less this year. Yeah, you do. I know. And she's doing great. How many agents do you have now in your rev share organization? Give her a hand. That's awesome. So, yeah. But here's the deal. Did you, and I'm not putting you out, but did you put me in front of 2, 3, 4, 5 people a day? No. That's the difference. I'm not doing that. I love Luann. She knows I love her. I would do anything for her. I care about her greatly. And I'm not trying to put anyone on the spot. But that is the defining moment. Don't just list homes, list agents. So again, 5 years ago, I list those 25 homes. What's it equal today? Nothing. The return on investment is 0. Could have listed 100 in 5 months. 0. The 25 agents I listed, 5 of them went binoculars. What is binoculars? I just made it up. I don't know. It's supposed to say bonanza or bonkers. Bonkers. It's bonkers. We know the word bonkers. Binoculars.
It's even bigger than bonkers.
Went bazonkers. I don't know. They went crazy. 5. One of them was Mary. She sells 5 homes a year. She sponsored her friend Noel, who sells 40 or 50 homes a year, who brought in the world. You don't necessarily, well, I'm going to tell my friend so-and-so, and they only sell 5. I don't think they have friends. You guys with me? Those 25 people I sponsored pay me millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars a year now. And just this year. And so, do you get me why I'm trying to get you to play the long game? So the people, Randy Bacon in the back there who flew down here from Portland, Oregon, Vancouver area, get to know Randy Bacon. Jeffrey Day, Jesus, and Jen from the Bay Area. Get to know them. Jason Tam just joined us. How long have you guys been with us?
2 months.
2 months. They're coming to build. Lena and Jason and Carmen. And I messed up Carmen's name when I first met her. I had to ask her again, but I got it. So it'd be willing to ask people, home yourself, God, I messed up, but I care. I want to know your name, right? And so they're coming to build. They're excited. Let me tell you what. Major, as you heard Mike say, major decisions are made at major events. Like, what's it going to take? I don't know. You tell me what it's going to take. But so you put the number here. If you have 100 times 750, there's 75,000. Now, the cool thing is, everyone, real quick, we're going to pick it up now. I won't wait too small. Wait too slow. I'm going to pick it up. 2023, dream a little. How many listings do you want to do? Well, I'd like to do more listings, 20 listings, and drop the buyer side down to 10. Just real quick, put it down. And if you're doing 40,000 a deal, multiply that, those total number of listings and buyer sides times 40. If you're in Sacramento, 15. Mike does stuff up in Yuba City, Marysville, and surrounding areas, Woodland. His is 11.5. Then multiply. I don't care what you multiply it for. Jay, there in the back, he was closer to 15 to 20,000. Do 17.5, you know. So, and that's going to show you your income. But what I want to show you is the revenue share income growing. Next year, you sponsor 5 more. Maybe you've got 10 on your front line. Your organization goes from maybe 50 to 100. Year 2, just 100, you know. Luann has 80, right? There it is. And then the next year, 2024, you can take your listings and buyers. Real quick, just jot it down. I want to be all listings. I'm going to do 40 listings. And I'll refer out all the buyers. I'm not going to. I referred out all buyers since 2010. I don't show property. It's just, I love it, but I personally like it better than listings. But they run you all over, don't they? Away from Little League, away from soccer, away from events. Some of you got people that have been freaking you out today. They want to see a house. You're like, you've actually begged somebody to go show property for you today while you were here. Right? And so you're going to see that your income tends to be linear. May get up to 700,000-800,000 a year, but watch. 2024, you sponsor 5 more. Now you get 15 on your front line. How about your organization? It goes from 80 to 160. Just dream a little, put the numbers down. And if you have 160 in your organization, multiply that number at the bottom of 2024, get your phone out, times 750. I could tell you right now, it's probably 140,000 a year, just rough math in my head. I don't know what it is. Go to 2025, we're dreaming a little. We're just doing something over 5 years. This is how you do it. You got to have 5-year goals. Now you noticed, I don't have listings and buyers anymore. I actually think that you could get out of the short game in 36 months. Come on, let's hear it. Why not? Why not? Listen to me. You cannot hit a goal you don't have. Sir Edmund Hillary, the first man on the planet, what did he do? And what did Sir Edmund Hillary do? Anybody know? First man to climb Mount Everest. Summited Mount, and he came back alive. Got to the top and came back. And Zig Ziglar walks up to him and says, if we go up to Sir Edmund Hillary and said, man, how'd you do it? And they hold the phone. And how many think Sir Edmund Hillary said, well, I was just out walking around. So, I'm going to climb that mountain. I climbed the mountain. Woohoo, Sir Edmund Hillary. How many think that happened? The Wright brothers, how many times did they crash those bikes with wings and almost die and break their backs? They again and again and again and again and again and again until they got it right. And they invented what? Flight. Are we inventing flight here? No. We're getting people away from keep it all real estate companies. Where our brokerage, we don't do that multi-level thing. I said, okay, so your brokerage, have you referred anyone? Yeah, I've referred 4 or 5 of my friends over the past 4 or 5 years. I don't focus on it. Okay, so they're there. What do they pay you for that? Well, we don't do that. Okay, have any of your friends referred? Well, I'm sure they've referred a few. I referred 55 to Keller Williams. I love Keller Williams. And then they told people, and all, if they hadn't kept track of it, it was over 200 or 300 agents at Keller Williams around the country. Because of the 55 I referred, there was 200 or 300, right? And at most real estate companies, that happens. That's how Century 21 became Century 21. That's how Coldwell Banker became Coldwell Banker. It's how Keller Williams became Keller Williams. But the difference is at Lions, they keep it all. At Coldwell Banker, they keep it all. Better Homes, Sotheby's, Christie's, Berkshire Hathaway, they keep it all. At EXP, we share back. What is wrong with the company that says, thank you for referring Tahoe Tony. Thank you for referring Joey Satriano, Jason Tam. Thank you. And every time they sell a house, we're going to pay you until they cap, and then next year we'll start paying you again. But everyone they've told, I told 40 in 10 months. So I capped, and James, you still there? He's finally gone. Yes. Yes, I love it. He's finally had enough. So listen to me. We capped in like 6 weeks. My sponsor only got paid for 6 weeks. She didn't get paid again until the next year. Not very good, is it? It's true. She got $2,800 in 6 weeks. I capped, she got paid $2,800. But I told 40 over the next 10 months. And not all of them capped in 6 weeks. She got paid $3,200 a person times 40. What's 10 times 3,200? 32,000. What's 40? $128,000 a year she was making just for my second level from the 40 I told. And then next year I did 20 more without trying. Because there was momentum. Sean Works said, I'm ready. Joey Satriano said, I'm ready. Frank Valente in the back there. Frank, what did you tell me the first time I talked to you? Joey, what did you tell me the first time I talked to you? Sean Work, I don't think he's here. I saw him out in the backyard. Sean, what did you tell me the first time I talked to you?
Negative, buddy.
It's like dating. Everybody says no. You got to be a long distance runner. You hang in there. Then you catch the girl and you get married. My wife said what? No. She said no. I got pissed. I'm like, I have like freaking, it was different. You know, I was like, it wasn't like Lions. You could stay at Lions. I was mad. I was young and immature, but I'm like, I'm making my intentions known. I'm trying so hard. And she's like, this brick wall, like, you have an iron heart. Yeah. And I did everything I could, and she was just like holding me here. And I don't know why. I'm lovable. Anyways, so I'm slobbering again. So anyways, so what happens is, I said, fine, I've had enough. And I just walked off. I'm done. I am done. And I just walked off. All of a sudden she knows I wasn't there anymore. It's called what? The takeaway. It's called the takeaway. You want this? It's gone. This, you could have had it, but it is gone. Poor thing. Know what you're missing out. So I was at a business event, and I'm sitting there. Guy, I think it was Tony Robbins, some amazing speaker. I'm not listening. I'm sitting there like this. This sucks, man. What is... I was not like Mr. Positive. I'm 23, 24 years old. I was like, I can't believe it. And all of a sudden, the spotlights got blotted out. It was like the moon when it goes, the moon when it crosses the sun. So, and it was Kathy. And I saw her. She goes, can I sit here? I'm like, fine. Yeah, sure. I'm like, I got her. Cove's got another one. I got another one. Woo! You know what? You got to hang in there. And so you... That's a long story. All right. So, but look, all of a sudden, you could dream a little. How many would you like to have in your Rev Share organization in 2025? It's easy to believe for things out there. Just for fun, put 300. 3 years from now, put 300. You get to 50 this year, the next 12 months. You take that, maybe you go to 150, the following year, and then 3 years from now. But you do what I did, right? You got to do what I did, and which was I showed the model explained every day, once a day. There's 24 hours a day. I don't think you could do it tomorrow. I absolutely don't. It's not my decision. So you're going, no, I can't do it. You just say, yes, I can, I will, and I have to, and I have no choice, and I will do whatever it takes. You with me? And every day I set a goal to do it. I worked so hard, sometimes I showed it twice. Sometimes I showed it 3 times a day, and then I did follow-ups. Next week? No, today. Show it in the morning, you got to meet Jesse tonight. Maybe tomorrow. I had a sense of urgency like I cannot tell you. Some of you are so laid back. Yeah, let's meet next week. I'll call you. Maybe we'll do lunch. There's a reason I made $3.5 million my 3rd year. Has nothing to do that I got here 5.5 years ago. Has everything to do with I grabbed a pick and a shovel and an axe and I worked like a madman. Do you have a work ethic? Do you have passion? Do you have enthusiasm? Well, we're not like you, or I'm not. You be like you. I'm not. Who am I being like? I'm being like nobody. I really don't care. I am love. I'm kindness. I'm forgiving. I'm going to come from contribution. I'm going to add value. And that's what I'm going to be. And you start living your life like that, people will be drawn to you. And then you do little things. I would have movie night at my office Friday night. What's that? Popcorn, 4 or 5 cold beers on ice, bottle of red wine, bottle of white wine. People have a glass of red, glass of white. Other people had hot chocolate. I drink coffee personally. And we'd watch EXP How to Do It movies from 8 to 10. How to sponsor people. Anyways, how to do it. Anyways, so there were business movies, and we watched them from 8 to 10. Lexi. Okay, so that's my idea of a good time, watching movies. And with my team, there'd be 8, 10, 12, 16 of us. And I'd do it on Friday nights. What do you do? What do you do on Friday nights? I found that relaxing. Right? And so here's the deal. How about this, 2026, 5 years from now? How many of you can believe how about 500 agents in 5 years? Just dream a little. What if? So put 500 there, then multiply that times 750. Who's got a calculator on their phone? What's 500 times 750? We'll have a race. Some of you are moving quick. What? What? 3? Here, let me have that. So 5 years from now, if you could have 500, I know how you do it. You sponsor 5 people a year for 5 years. That's 25. And then 5 of those will go bonkers, bazonkers, crazy, loco. They'll walk into Keller Williams like cojones with coconuts. And they'll go, I'm going to change your life. Right? $375,000 a year. I was 51 years old. You know how much I had? Nothing. It may not seem like a lot when you make $500, $800, $1 million a year. But your passive income at $375. Now here's the crazy thing. The next year, it will double. There's $750. And the next year, it's going to double again to 1.5. Because at that point, once it gets so big, it takes on a life of its own. It's not about you. Sheila didn't have a choice, did she? Did Sheila have a choice? She gave me an opportunity, and I freaking ran with it. I organized beach parties. I organized volleyball parties. I organized lead generation workshop, listing workshop, luxury workshop, this. And then I got people to speak at my luxury workshop. I don't know anything. I never sell luxury homes, ever. I would sell homes that were $300,000 and $400,000. I would. I just didn't do luxury. We do commercial workshops. I've never done commercial, but I have Paul Frank lead the commercial workshops. See, something like, well, I don't know. Good. Invite people to speak. Invite Rick Jihab in the Bay Area. You know, Rick lives in the Bay Area. He's got 3,000 people in his organization all over the nation. Invite Randy Bacon. I invited Jesse Zagorski. Jesse, would you come up and speak for me? He got on a plane and flew up here this morning, right? And you're flying back tonight, right? You have not because you ask not. Ask humbly with your hat in your hand. People will show up. People love you and they want to. Say it again. People love you and they want to. People love me and they want to help me. Right? Why not? Why not? So those are your goals. But you notice in 4 to 5 years, you could be on the rev share side. Do you think Gary Keller shows property? Does Gary Keller do listings? Oh, I love Gary Keller. Love Keller. Why? Because he loved you. He came up with different, the Red Book and different ways to help you and to help treat you. Gary Keller's great. Hold your dollars accountable. Understand the ROI. Treat it like a business. Good things. I am grateful for Gary Keller. He is not the enemy. Coble Baker is not the enemy. We're human beings. Nobody's the enemy except yourself. Look in the mirror. If there's an enemy, it's you. And then if you want to get spiritual, pray. You know, I mean, there is an enemy out there in that world, right? There's the God side of things and the other guy, right? And pray. I built this business on my knees, man. Humble yourself. That's a beautiful place to be. So I always wanted to be a pastor. I'm not going to preach to you when I get a little close. I know. All right, so next thing is we're on the home stretch. What is your freedom date? Do you think anyone at Coldwell Banker is going, what is your freedom day? When are you going to not have to work for Coldwell Banker? 3 years? 4 years or 5? How about RE/MAX? Are they at Keller Williams going, when is your freedom day? When can you not have to go show property or list homes? When 17 months from joining EXP, I just want to sponsor 10 or 15, maybe get you 80 to 100. 17 months later, it was over 100,000 a month. Could you imagine every single month you get 100,000? It's not going to happen because every single month it kept growing, and 8 months later it was 200,000, and a year and a half later it was 400,000, and then a year later it was 800,000. It's not about me. It's about you. How can I help you get? If Zig Zig, if you help enough people get what they want, you'll get what you want. Don't worry about the money. Worry about the value. Principle before profit. Here's the cool thing. Once you get this ship off the runway. If you get a big jet, we're taking a 787 to Madrid the day after build. We're in these pods. You get to sleep all the way there. We're flying through the night. You know, stand up bar. You know, I drink water on airplanes. I'm in first class. I don't even touch anything, but it's pretty awesome. You know what's fuel when that thing's on the airport in Dallas? It's Dallas direct to Madrid. That big 787 that's so 2-story double deck, it's crazy. When they hit that thing down, they're full throttle. And they're picking up speed. And you're like, please. I just flew in last night from Phoenix. And it's freaky. It seemed like we were on the runway too long last night. I'm like, come on, lift off, lift off, lift off. And it was windy and the plane was shaking. I'm going, come on, man, go. This seems like it's longer than normal, you know? And there was a weird sound before the plane took off. And I'm like Mr. Drama. I'm like, oh, Jesus, take my soul, you know? Anyways, I can get like that. Okay, I'm going to do it. I'll tell you one short story. I'm golfing at Northridge Country Club. Anyone know Northridge in Sacramento? It's 1 week after 9/11. The whole world was freaking out. At least we were, right? Twin Towers. And I'm golfing. I'm like on number 14 with Jim Adams. He was the first American title rep. And all of a sudden we hear, we're out there golfing, man. All of a sudden we hear, I mean like that. Like, what the hell is that? And no joke. This is not a joke. It's not a story. We look to our left. We're at Northridge, and over Folsom is a full-blown freaking mushroom cloud. And we were like, I literally, and I've seen TV, even like when they were little kids, like get under your desk that say survive a nuclear blast. Remember those in the 70s? And we got under a freaking desk. What a lie that was. Like the freaking mask. Anyways, okay, so, hey, put this mask on and save your ass. Anyway, okay, stop. So I see the mushroom cloud and I'm waiting for the shockwave. I'm very dramatic. I'm waiting for the flesh to melt off my bones. I swear to God. I'm like, it didn't happen, but everybody would. There was 4 grown men. The vice president of 2 vice presidents of First American, like muckety mucks, big time. The head regional guy and me. They're all whining and dining me. I'm sending them 400 title policies a year at this time. So I'm kicking butt, and they're taking me golfing at Northridge. I literally, I was standing next to a bunker. I went and jumped in the bunker. I laid on the sand and said, Jesus, take me. Please forgive me of my sins. I'm literally like a foxhole conversion. I'm repenting of my sins. I'm like ready to die at any second. Why am I telling you this? I don't know. It's a funny story. Now, those guys, they dropped to one knee, got behind their golf cart, like somehow that would protect them. They were grabbing the heart. They confessed to me, we all thought we were going to die. Well, it turns out Aerojet was testing a rocket that way. They'd had it on the news. They'd had it in the newspaper. They did everything. Well, who doesn't watch the news? Hell no. Do I read the paper? It's all nasty, horrible, bad news. We had no idea. We literally almost had a heart attack. I thought I was going to die for sure. So, again, that's free. That's free. Oh, I knew I was dead. Oh, yeah, so the airplane. We're on the runway. I'm back. So that 787 I'm going to get on a week from this Friday and go to Madrid. I've never even been to Europe. Never even been. And they're going to hammer that thing, and it's going to use so much fuel and torque and thrust. And it takes a lot of power and thrust to get that thing airborne. And then they're going to hammer it up to about 50,000 feet. And then they're going to get out over the Atlantic. And remember how close they pull back off. And you're like, well, don't go too much. And the airplane, and they're going to glide in the trade winds at 50,000 feet across the earth and land in Madrid. And it's going to sip fuel across the Atlantic. I'm at the sipping fuel stage because I absolutely went all in. And I'm sorry, I wish I could tell you that you could just sip on it and your life's going to turn out great, even in residential real estate or commercial luxury. If you're going to be a star in luxury, you're going to have to go all in. If you're a star in commercial, you have to go all in. Residential, you're going to have to go in. Tom Daves went all in. Sean Work, I did do. But we came up short. We were in the wrong model. You with me? We were on 10 speeds when there were Ferraris and jets we could have been on. EXP is the jet. Are you with me? It's the right model to go all in. I will help you. The different speakers you heard here will help you. So there's your freedom date. What's that? Example, you sponsor 25. You have 350 agents. You're making $750 an agent. So the annual revenue is $262,500 a year. $250,000 a year. Now, for some of you, it will require more. For me, I was spending $50,000 a month at the office and $50,000 a month at home. I needed to earn $100,000 a month. When did I retire? 17 months after joining XP. Why? Because my revenue share hit $118,000 a month, and I never made less than $100,000 a month. And I go, okay, I did this part-time. It was part-time. Because I was doing real estate. I was managing 18 listings. That means that 18 little bosses to keep happy. That's what that means. Do you understand that? I have 5 listings. You have 5 little employers. And if they're out of flyers, or if you forgot to mention the extra bedroom or an extra bathroom, or you didn't talk about the park or the shopping, and their neighbor goes, your agent's an idiot. They didn't mention that this is walking distance to Nordstrom's, or the commute's only 5 minutes to the airport, or whatever it is that they thought you should have mentioned. They call you up and like, hey, my cousin noticed X. You misspelled the word greenbelt. Okay, it's a dumb thing to do, right? But is that why their home didn't sell? But they're looking for reasons. I don't miss it. I don't miss it. So for you, it may be more. It was a lot more for me. okay? Because I had to get to 100,000 a month, which was, I think I had about 1,200 agents was 100,000 a month. It's not here, 350 agents. But what I do, I sponsored 25. That 25 was the catalyst. If I could get a number in your heads, it's 25. It's 25. It's momentum. And if you can, doing it in 6 months helps, or a year. You could do 5 a year for 5 years. You'll have growth, not like you could. It's saying, that's it. I'm going all in. I don't care what people think. My intentions are good. I'm loving. I'm kind. I'm coming from the right place. If they can think what they want to think, say what they want to say. Steve Jobs said this at Apple. He really said, oh, everyone's throwing. It's easy to throw rocks at Richard Branson, Steve Jobs, Bill Gates. I mean, love him, hate him. People are like, oh, he's diabolical. People can't stand him and people love him. You know, Trump, people can't stand him and people love him. Biden, everybody hates him. But, you know, sorry. Anyways, I know some Biden fans here. I'm sorry. Like, let's not get political. But here's the deal. You know, thank God we have Kamala Harris backing him up. Anyways, all right. Now. Okay, stop. Okay, so I could say this. I have a friend who's super opposite my political spectrum, and I love him and care about him. I have people who have alternate life choices, and I'm you know, I love them and care about them. It's okay. That's their thing. Not my thing, but I'm going to love them. I'm not going to hate them because they have a. Are you guys with me? Certain political party, there's enough hate. There's got to be more love, but still vote, do your thing. But so when you have so many FLQAs, it's going to be 25 to 40 for a lot of you, 25, and so many agents. There's your freedom date right there by my thumb. Okay. Annual revenue is going to be X. Monthly revenue will be X. You got to figure that out for you. Let's keep going. We're on the home stretch. Okay, list of names. Really dream a little. Who are the whales? Make a list. People selling 50 homes a year, 750 homes a year, 2,000 homes a year. How about whales in pharmaceuticals? You don't know, but they may hate their job. How about someone who's working at Harvard or Yale or Stanford in biotech, but they actually hate their job? Hey, I'm just curious, Matthew. I know you're the golf coach at William Jessup, and let's say he's in biometric medical sales equipment. I got something to run by you, and then say, Brent, I'm not in real estate.
Yeah, I'm not in real estate.
It's actually why I want to get your opinion, because all my friends, man, they just know real estate. But I need somebody who's got an outside perspective. Can I meet with you next week? Always ask for an appointment next week. You'll get it. Can I meet with you this week? I'm busy, I'm stressed, right? But next week? A week, not this week. I know you guys said next week. Can we meet? Yeah, let's do it. And guess what? They'll give you the appointment. I did it with Vincent St. Louis. He said, I'm not in real estate. No. I said, shut up, sit down, you're looking at this. You gotta be a close friend. I know you laughed. You thought it was terrible. Don't you do that. Okay? But I told Vincent, you're going to look at this because you're my friend. He's like, okay. And today, Vincent has 700 people in his organization. He lives on a ranch in Utah. He'll be at Build, but he doesn't have money problems today. He's never sold a house. He's retired through real estate. Okay, he sold one house. When he got in, he did a buyer. He's like, that's no fun. And he didn't do it again. He goes, that is like, really? Is that what you guys do? But he goes, I know 20 to 30 agents. I go, we'll talk to him. He signed up 27 of them. He did it in 3 years. He's in Utah on a ranch.
Don't they have to be licensed?
He went and got his license. Yeah. So Vincent didn't have a license. He goes, can I get a license? I go, can Vincent get a license? Can the biometric, if he's selling medical equipment, could he get a license? How long does it take? It takes like 2 months if you hustle. Take the courses, 2 months, 3 months. And guess what? So you're thinking about agents. I'm thinking about people who aren't agents, who have cojones, who aren't afraid to. Some agents are afraid to talk to agents. Do you know people who are brave? People who are bold? Maybe they're in car sales. Maybe they run a Nordstrom's. Maybe they're in medical sales. Maybe they're a fireman or a police officer. Chris Bear was a narcotics officer in Miami, busting cocaine cowboys. And the day he retired from law enforcement at like 33, he started when he was like 21. He'd already been doing it 12 years. He had a gun put to his head 3 times in 1 week. He was making $50,000 a year in Miami working undercover narcotics. He almost got killed 3 times in 1 week. He was for $50 grand a year. I don't think so. And he got his real estate license. There are people out there that are looking. You say, hey, I want to show you this cousin, uncle, grandma, grandpa, grandson. Wait till he's 18. How many think he's going to do great when he's 18? How many of us were in rooms like this when we were 11? It's awesome. I brought 4 of my kids last week to Sundance. So the 35 people, 4 of them were Gove kids. And people sold their companies for $100 million, $200 million, $150 million. We're talking about planes, and I'm like, you have a plane? He goes, yeah, I got a plane. Can I see it? They showed me a picture of their hangar. 2 jets, 3 helicopters. These people have done well. And they're up there talking about attitude and what it takes to make it live. It's a different conversation. My kids are there. I'm getting my kids in the right room. By the way, they're doing that again in Scottsdale the first week in November. I'll be there with my wife and all my kids. If you want to join me, reach out to me. I'll get you an invitation. It's $35,000 to become a part of that mastermind, but they'll allow you to attend one time just to see what it's like. There's only like 40 of us. Anybody know Dean Graziosi? He's going to be there. Speaking, you to hang out with Dean, sit by him, go to breakfast with Dean, lunch with Dean. Get in the right rooms. I paid it. Yeah, just reach out to me. I'll get you in. They give you a sample. You can go one time for $6,000 and just hang out for 4 days and be there and hang out, go to breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And there's a group of business people, and they're not real estate agents, and they think different. And it's the most amazing fun. I have a daughter named Megan. She's 20. Anybody have kids? And they're just different. Megan loves art. That's weird. No, I'm kidding. She loves art, and she's an artist, and she loves animals, and she loves the world. She wants to preserve the world. She drives an electric car. She wants to clean the oceans. She's already authored her first book, and all the proceeds go to clean up the ocean. And she's kind of, I hate to say this, she's kind of like a Greenpeace-y person, okay? She's kind of hardcore environmentalist. And I'm like, wow, I mean, I love the environment too, and I pick up litter, and I go on hiking, I pack out litter. I'm the guy picking up Dorito bags and beer cans, and I taught all my kids to do that because that's what my dad taught me, and that's what his dad taught him. But my daughter's different. And so she came to this, and I'm like, oh man, we're like, what's Megan going to think? And she's like, that was freaking great. She loved it. And we're like, holy Toledo's, this thing's awesome. So first week in November, any of you could come. I wish it was free. It's $6,000, but it's all your meals, the entire event. It's first class, and it's pretty cool. But anyways, Wales, solid producers, people selling 16 to 50 homes a year, newer agents, getting licensed agents, Wales and other careers, referral partners, people you know that are in home warranty or painters or AC, relatives. How many relatives? Just show it to your relative. Well, he said, my uncle's a welder. Show the model, explain to him. He may get excited and do what Vincent did. He was a draftsman. He goes, do you know how many agents I know? I go, no. He goes, 20 to 30. He goes, can I talk to him? I go, yeah. Can I get a license? Yeah. And he did. He's got 700 today. He's retired. He doesn't know anything about real estate. He has nothing to give but his love and his servant. And he didn't act like it. I don't know anything about listing homes. Some of you are like, I can't do it. I'm not a big listing agent. I'm not a big buyer's agent. Brent said, I've known you for 10 years, 15 years. I've been doing this for 20-something years, 26 years. Ex-co-workers, college, childhood friends, folks in business, independent contractors, enough with just the names. We did this in the first 24 to 48 hours. Some of you have never built a list of names. You got to do the exit. Go home, take your phone, start with the A's and go through them. Then go through the B's, the C's. Do you know when I got to the G's, I had 200 agents? 200 agents. So, lastly, creating community. These are your magic moments. There's the beach house. There's the cabin. There's the vineyard thing. There's the barbecue in your backyard. The pool above. The 4th of July thing. Whatever. Wine tasting. Il Fornile. Ruth Chris. Rent stuff. You can have people to help you cover the cost. Alicia helped cover the cost today. So these are magic moments. Become a master at creating magic moments.